If you love me, please don't judge me. Got my hands tied, the power's above me. Don't shoot the messenger, I'm just a puppet here. If you wanna place blame, then look to the puppeteer. Family, fortune, envy, jealousy, privilege, passed on, legacy, secret, sabotage, borderline, felony, suicide, subtract, selfish, pedigree, yeah.
How's it going, everybody? It's C-RadTV back here in another video. So, of course, this is an anticipated video on the channel. It is time for the 2022 NASCAR schedule review, and thoughts on the 2022 schedule coming out for the Cup Series, as the schedule has just been released earlier today. It was actually leaked the other day. I mainly wanted to see what days the race was going to be on, and mainly see if there's going to be any start times, but now the schedule is officially out. It got leaked yesterday, but I decided to wait until today to go over it. So I have the schedule written here, and of course you see it on the screen, so it's just going to be a voiceover here the rest of the video. So anyway, with all this out of the way, let's go ahead and let's talk about the schedule. So of course, the 2022 schedule, there's going to be quite a lot of changes in 2022 with the schedule. And of course you got the debut of the Gen 7 car, and how that car does, that's yet to be seen. I mean, as long as it races good, I guess that's all that matters at the end of the day. So let's go ahead, let's get right into the schedule. So to start off the year, we have, of course, the meaningless gimmick clash at now the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, which is a football stadium, which will be February 6th, and that's going to be a week before Super Bowl 56. Oh man, it's pretty interesting how that's going to work. So, it's pretty much going to be like a mini Bowman Gray Stadium, where it's going to be a quarter-mile track in a football stadium. I mean, the last time NASCAR did this, I believe it was in the 1950s. They used to run races at Soldier Field in Chicago. And then they stopped doing it after like 1 year because NASCAR realized how much of a dump Soldier Field was. And it is still a dump to this day. So yeah, that's going to be pretty interesting. I know I've heard a lot of people are fucking complaining about this. It's like, seriously, you're all fucking complaining about this when it's a fucking meaningless race and it's an exhibition? Like, this race literally means nothing toward the season. It doesn't mean anything toward, the Daytona 500 or anything. It's just a meaningless gimmick race for fun. And it's a week before the Super Bowl. Like, I'll be honest here, I think this had nothing to do with NASCAR. I think this was 100% Fox Sports' idea. Considering that Fox Sports' headquarters, it's right across the street from LA Memorial Coliseum. So I think this was 100% a Fox Sports idea, not a NASCAR idea. But to get back on the fan base, it's fucking crazy how fans are bitching about this when they were literally asking for short tracks like the good old days. And then when NASCAR decides, oh, let's do something similar to Bowman Gray at a football stadium, the fans fucking complain and be like, no, that's not it. You're killing the sport. That's not what we meant. It's like, Jesus Christ. No wonder NASCAR doesn't fucking listen to the fan base. I don't blame them anymore. I don't blame NASCAR for not listening to the fans. Because to be honest, I don't even know what the fuck this fan base really wants, because this fan base complains about anything NASCAR does. Like, no matter what NASCAR does, it's an automatic lose-lose situation. Because no matter what they do, the fans are gonna bitch and whine and moan and complain about it, because they can never be happy and they always fucking live miserable lives. Be honest, honestly, I think this race is gonna be a complete fucking shit show. And to be honest, I don't know why people all of a sudden care about the Clash all of a sudden, when they haven't gave a damn about the Clash the last 10 fucking years. Like, the last Clash that was actually worth a damn was 2012. The Clash has been dying for almost the last decade. And I know fans complained about it on the Daytona road course last year, and they're still complaining about today. All I say to NASCAR for this is they better know what the hell they're doing, because Los Angeles is the biggest sports market in the world, and if this ends up flopping, the fans are not going to give a flying fuck in LA about this, considering that Los Angeles has no time for wannabes. So I say NASCAR, so this is definitely high risk, but it could pay off if it works well. If it doesn't, then NASCAR once again is breaking business 101, which is don't abandon your poor clientele to chase something that may not give a fuck about you. And there's a lot of things that could go wrong with this, like the main thing that could go wrong with this is mainly the traffic issues, because everyone knows about the LA traffic nightmare issues. Oh, jumping Jesus Christ. Y'all thought Nashville and Kentucky's traffic issues were bad? Oh boy, Los Angeles makes them look like choir boys. So yeah, there's a lot that could go wrong. This is definitely a high risk with high reward. But hey, you know what? To be honest, I'll give NASCAR kudos for thinking outside the box and being creative. That is actually not bad. I'll give them kudos on that. To be honest, though, for the Clash and the All-Star race, wake me up when they put points on the line, and I may take that race more serious. To be honest, though, the race is going to be a fucking shit show. But it's going to be entertaining to watch because it's going to be a shit show. But it's probably going to be overshadowed by the Super Bowl and everything that happens during Super Bowl week. And this is also going up against the NFL Pro Bowl and the ratings. I should just put that out there. So anyway, since we just spent so many minutes talking about the Clash and me ranting on the fan base complaining about this, now let's move on to schedule. So then after that, we have a week off because the Super Bowl 56 happens the week after, and it would be complete rating suicide to have the 500 go up against the Super Bowl, because the Super Bowl would easily crush the Daytona 500, considering the Super Bowl averages anywhere from 90 to 100 million viewers, and the Daytona 500 nowadays is lucky to get even 7 or 8 million viewers, maybe even 10 if they get lucky. So yeah, not surprising. Anyway, and after that then, February 17th, we got the duels. This is the start of Daytona Speed Weeks. And I should also mention now with the Clash now being at LA Coliseum, I guess this officially ends kind of the Daytona Speed Week curse. Or maybe not, since the Clash is no longer at Daytona, so I think that officially kills the Daytona Speed Week curse. It's kind of shocking that nobody has ever won the Clash, the duels, and the 500 all in the same Speed Week. Kind of sad that has never happened. I don't know, just never meant to be. So anyway, now get into the actual schedule. February 20th, we have the Daytona 500 on President's Day weekend once again to start the season. Then after the 500, we immediately start the West Coast swing, which is what NASCAR should do right after the 500 is begin the West Coast swing. So February 27th, the second race of the year, we have Auto Club Speedway. Auto Club's back on the Cup schedule. And of course, for Auto Club, this is the last race on the 2-mile configuration. 2023 is when Auto Club is supposed to become a short track. So after this Auto Club race, then that's going to start the process of turning Auto Club into a short track. Which the short track is on. Honestly, that short track at Fontana, it's pretty much a Martinsville Bristol crossbreed. It's like literally the new Auto Club short track. It's like Martinsville and Bristol decide to have a one-night stand with each other, and the Auto Club short track is the fucking baby that was produced from both of them. That's literally their child right there. So yeah. Anyway, with that, continuing on topic, though. Third race of the year, March 6th, we got Las Vegas. And then March 13th, we wrap up the West Coast swing in Phoenix. All I say is that Sonoma should be part of the West Coast swing. I honestly feel like Sonoma should be right after Phoenix, and it should end the West Coast swing. And we should have an early season road course test. Honestly, make Sonoma part of the West Coast swing, and then it's perfect. Then after that, on March 20th, we go to Atlanta. Now, for this Atlanta race, I'm not sure if it's going to be 500 miles or if it's going to be 400 miles like the race in July was earlier this year. So, that's going to be a question mark of the length. It's tough. I think it honestly should be 400 miles. Like, the only races that should be 500 miles should be the 500, the Daytona 500, the Southern 500, the Coke 600, and at least one of the Talladega races. I think one of the Talladega races should go down to 400 miles and be like Daytona, where one race is the 500 and then the other race is the 400. Especially since a lot of fans still feel Talladega is a crown jewel. So I honestly feel like maybe make one Talladega race a 500-mile race and the other Dega race a 400-mile race. But that may not be a popular move with fans, but oh well. Fans will complain about it anyway. Anyway, then after that, March 27th, we now get COTA. So now COTA's moving up on the schedule from May to March. Because the May race, we had the race in a heavy monsoon rain, and that race ended up being a shit show in the rain. Hopefully this time, if it does rain, it's not as bad as last year, and hopefully visibility isn't an issue in 2022 like it was in 2021. So then after COTA, we then go to Richmond. This Richmond race is on Sunday in the afternoon, so it's a day race at Richmond. So hey, like having Richmond in the daytime. Richmond's honestly better in the daytime. The night races at Richmond suck ass. Then after that, April 9th, we then have Martinsville on a Saturday night. So we got the Martinsville night race. And then April 17th, we had the Bristol Dirt race. And this race is going to happen on Easter Sunday at night in prime time. So I feel like, hey, putting Bristol Dirt at night, that's another good move there because we all saw the Bristol Dirt race last year, how many visibility issues they had in the daytime. It's like, yeah, remember how bad last year was on Bristol Dirt with visibility? You really want that again? And honestly, having a dirt race at night is honestly a lot better than the daytime. Like, you look at a lot of your local dirt tracks, a lot of those dirt races happen at night because you can see a lot better at night in the dirt than you can in the day. Because you don't have the fucking sun glaring down. So yeah, that's a good move, so NASCAR learning from there. And this time they'll be able to go up to full capacity this time. All I say is that this move is 100% because of the spring Bristol attendance issues. And it's now a month later than the year. Because Bristol in March, it's always raining. But Bristol in April, it's 50-50 if you catch Mother Nature at the right time. So it's doable. I honestly feel like it should be a little later in the year. But, oh well, it is what it is. Anyway, continuing on now. April 24th, we got Talladega. May 1st, we now have Dover. So Dover and the first Kansas race now swap dates. So Dover's now May 1st after Talladega. And then May 8th, we got the 400-mile race at Darlington. And that race is the throwback race, so that will be the throwback race once again. May 15th, we got Kansas. And then May 22nd, we got the Gimmick All-Star race at Texas. Honestly, why the hell do we still go to Texas? Honestly, just get that track off the schedule. I'll be honest here, can we just have Alex Bowman win at Texas so we can have an excuse to get that track off the schedule for good? So yeah, honestly, like I said for the Clash in the All-Star race, wake me up when they put points on the line for the top 10 finishers and I'll take that race more serious, take those races more serious. Then after that, we have May 29th, the Coke 600 on Memorial Day weekend at night, of course. So Coke 600 on Memorial Day weekend once again, and also on the same day as the Indy 500, of course, later in the day. And I'm not sure if the Monaco Grand Prix is going to be on that same weekend or not. We'll have to see how because the F1 2022 schedule hasn't come out yet, so it'll be interesting if it's going to be all three, if it's going to be F1, IndyCar, and NASCAR Memorial Day weekend, or it's only going to be 2 of the 3, and the Monaco's going to be the week prior like it was this year. We'll have to see how F1 shapes their schedule up. So then after the Coke 600, June 5th, we got a new track on the schedule. Because June 5th, we then go to Gateway. Gateway, a.k.a. Worldwide Technology Raceway, but everyone refers to that track as Gateway, even diehard fans. All I say to Gateway being on the Cup schedule is, about fucking time that track is on the schedule. That track has been long overdue for a Cup date. Especially with how that track has ran well with Xfinity races there and truck races there and IndyCar. Now we have NASCAR at Cup Series there. About time. That track deserved a Cup date. So yeah, about time Gateway got a Cup date. And of course, Gateway is replacing one of the Pocono races. So the Pocono doubleheader is no more. The doubleheader is dead. So now there's only one race at Pocono. And we'll get to that in a little bit. So then after Gateway, we then go to Sonoma on June 12th, and Sonoma will be the last race of the Fox portion of the schedule. So yeah, Sonoma, after Sonoma, we have the one and only off week this year, which is crazy that there's only one off week this season. Like, damn, that's damn, depth's definitely gonna be an issue for sure, and equipment for sure. And the crew members are gonna have to really condition themselves well, especially with only one off week of the year. Damn. So then after Sonoma, we then go to Nashville Super Speedway on June 26th. Hopefully Nashville doesn't have traffic issues like it did last time. Hopefully they fix those issues up. And they get that solved. But still, Nashville had a solid race last year. Great to see Nashville still on the schedule. And then July 3rd, we got Road America on the 4th of July weekend. Because once again, there's nothing more American than running at a track with the name America on it on America's biggest holiday of the year. Because America. Fuck yeah. So then after Road America, we then go to Atlanta. And I know for sure this Atlanta race is going to be 400 miles for sure. The first Atlanta race, I'm not sure if it's going to be 400 or 500. It honestly should be 400, like I said earlier in the vid. So then after Atlanta, we then go to Loudon on July 17th. And then after Loudon, on July 24th, we then go to Pocono for the one and only race at Pocono this year. Thank God Pocono's down to 1 day. I cannot stand that fucking track. I fucking hate that track. Now, the question for Pocono is it going to be a 400-mile race? Or are they going to keep the length like they had in the doubleheaders, and it's going to be only 350 miles, which is 130 laps, while the 400-mile race was 160 laps? Honestly, I'd be okay with the 350 and 130 laps, because less racing on the Pocono oval triangle configuration, the better. I mean, that track is almost perfect. Like, Alex Bowman is successfully killing another track. Perfect. Because Alex Bowman winning at Pocono caused the Pocono doubleheader to die and Pocono to lose a date. That track is almost perfect. Now all I say for Pocono is just run the fucking road course, and then that track is perfect. So then after Pocono, July 31st, we do got the Indianapolis on the Roval at the Brickyard. So we got the Brickyard Roval, and that's also going to be a NASCAR IndyCar doubleheader weekend. So we're going to have IndyCar and NASCAR on that same track on the same weekend. Then after Indianapolis, we go to Michigan on August 7th. And then August 14th, we then go to Richmond. And this Richmond race is also going to be on a Sunday afternoon. So there is no more Richmond night race. The Richmond night race is no more. And honestly, thank God both Richmond races are in the day. Because you see how bad the Richmond night races have been? You really want that again? I don't think so. So then after Richmond, we then go to Watkins Glen on August 21st. And then August 26th is the last race before the Chase Cutoff. August 26th, of course, is the Daytona night race, which is the final race before the Chase Cutoff. And then the Chase field is set. So now, we get to the Chase schedule. Round of 16, we have the Southern 500 on Labor Day weekend. And then September 11th, the next race is Kansas. So Kansas now moves from the round of 8 to the round of 16. And that's a day race. And then September 17th, the round of 16 cutoff is the Bristol night race. So Bristol night race remains the cutoff race, but now Kansas is part of round 1. So there we go. And then round of 12, we got Texas on September 25th. And then we got Talladega October 2nd. And then the round of 12 cutoff race October 9th is the Charlotte Roval. So we got the one and only race on the shittiest track on the circuit in Texas. And then the two biggest wildcard races in the round of 12. Honestly, round of 12 took a downgrade, but at least Texas is now out of the round of 8 and now moved up around. Honestly, I say just get rid of that fucking track and then it's gone. And then we don't have to worry about Texas. So anyway, moving on though. Round of 8, we got October 16th. We now got Las Vegas. So Vegas now goes from the round of 12 to the round of 8. So now Vegas is going to play a factor in deciding the championship 4. And then October 23rd, we have Homestead, Miami. So now Homestead is back in the chase in the fall. And Homestead's going to help decide the championship 4. I know, I'm honestly glad Homestead's back in the chase. Honestly, Homestead's the best 1.5 mile track on the circuit. And that's going to be the final 1.5 mile race of the season. And it's going to end the way it should be, with Homestead being the final 1.5 mile race of the year. I know some fans want Homestead to be the championship race, but that's just being nitpicky. Honestly, it kind of should, but I think in a perfect world, Homestead should have 2 races. Like, have maybe put one Homestead race earlier in the year and then have Homestead be maybe the title race. But, you know, that's just being nitpicky. I'm glad, you know, hey, Homestead in the fall, that's where it needs to be. So Homestead's back in the chase. And then the round of 8 cutoff race, we have Martinsville. So Martinsville remains the cutoff race. And then the championship race is still in Phoenix on November 6th. So that has remained unchanged. Honestly, the championship race should honestly rotate to a different track every year. Kind of like how the Super Bowl rotates to a different stadium every year. But maybe keep it down more south. But yeah, anyway, that's the schedule. So I'll say this schedule, it's an improvement from last year. You know, you got Gateway on the Cup schedule. You know, Pocono loses a date. And we have Homestead back in the chase. And Bristol Dirt is at night, which is a good move. So yeah, there's a lot of positives on the schedule. Like I said, the clash at the LA Coliseum, Memorial Coliseum, it's high risk. But it has every chance of being a disaster. Like that race is easily boom or bust. It's either going to do well or it's going to be a complete disaster from start to finish. It's boom or bust. All I say is, NASCAR better know what the hell they're doing in Los Angeles, or the Los Angeles market is going to eat them alive. That's all I can say. But yeah, anyway, that's it for the schedule. I like the schedule a lot. There's a lot of positives on it, a couple negatives, but those negatives are just being nitpicky. But anyway, that's all I got to say. Hope everyone has a great day, and I'll see you on whatever I make next. Peace.